the guy. What's up, dear?
Oh, hey, Tariq. Um, I noticed that you tweeted about that woman with the septum ring who made those disparaging comments about our teacher, Frances Cress Welsing. I was
Yeah,
wondering what you thought about the correlation between women who have septum rings and feminism, and
yeah,
yeah, and just
yeah,
the hatred of black men.
yeah. And shout out to our brother Terrain Walker. He came up with the septum ring theory. A lot of that damn feminist bedwench mammy babble that you see online. Normally, the women are running around here with them septum rings. Um, Usually, these are, and it's a very interesting theory. Usually, these are a lot of women who are weirdos anyway. They look weird, they're bad built. So they have to try to seem more spiritual and this esoteric than what they are. And they also have to have things that distract from how weird they look. Or they try to throw stuff on to kind of almost accentuate the weirdness about them. So the septum ring, the tongue ring is just a quirky tattoos, henna, but usually the septum ring is usually a telltale sign of one of these babbling plebiscite bedwenches or a tether feminist. And that whole thing where it's almost a form of self mutilation, but it's them trying to seem exotic in order to cover for their basically anti-black mindset, because most of those women usually are bedwenches, and many of these bedwenches, they have to try to seem extra herbal tea-ish to compensate for their subliminal hatred of black society. That's why they're always they not just only attack black men, they attack the black women who are doing things to uplift the black community. That's why they will attack our Dr. Francis Cress Welsing. They don't like black society at all. So all of that septum ring bullshit, that's for Zaddy, to be honest. Let's can we get deep for a minute? Can we get deep for a minute, family? Do we got time? Give me a thumbs up if y'all want to get deep. Let's get real deep with this. Notice the septum ring mammies and feminists, about 98% of them are bedwenches. I would damn near say 99.9 of them are bedwenches. So when they get with Zaddy, everything has to be almost African tribal looking with them. Take a real good look at them damn bedwenches. That's a version of bone in the nose. You dig? It's almost like slave play, because the white boys they like the women to look wild and tribal. When the white boys get a bedwench, they want the hair to be fucked up. That's why the bedwenches be having the janky wig and the lace fronts be all fucked up. Uh, the white boys like that. They like them looking raggedy and tribal, like they just came out of some damn tribe in Sierra Leone somewhere. So the septum ring kind of gives them that bone in the nose, tribal, wild, um, Maasai warrior look. You know what I'm saying? That's something that Zaddy likes. Zaddy's like, oh God, look at her. Look at her. She's all nice and ashy. She has a ring in her nose. Oh God, she's so hot. That turns white boys on. I've never you don't see brothers like, oh damn, she had a septum ring. That shit don't do nothing for us. That's some shit white boys like. You look more primitive and tribal with that shit. It gets them off. You know. That's why they like them janky hairstyles on them women. And they try to make it seem like, oh, the white man loves me natural. No, he likes you looking primitive. Yeah. Yeah, it's like tribal slave play with him. Yeah, they want you looking as primitive as possible. If you could put a bone in your nose, that would just really he'd just walk around with an erection all day. Yeah. So yeah, that's why they have that look. Yeah, and that we ain't messing with. Usually the septum ring crowd, they got a look that we ain't trying to get with. But again, with the white boys, it's not that they appreciate them or whatever. They feel like they're defiling themselves because it's a fetish. Sometimes white dudes get into, and a white man told me this. Well, we were debating about, how a lot of them chase a lot of these white supremacists will chase black women. And a white man years ago told me, he's like, yeah, we do. We'll chase black women, but a lot of us are into bestiality. A white dude told me that. And I'm like, oh, that's heavy. Iceberg Slim, the infamous pimp and player and author, he talked about that, how his women sometimes would sit around and brag about how the white men love them. And he was like, hey, no, they don't love you. The white men, they feel like they're doing something, they feel like they're defiling themselves by being with you. It's a slumming fetish. They feel like they're soiling themselves. They're getting off on soiling. It's like eh, it's like rubbing filth on them. That's what they feel in their mind, and they get off on that. Some real sick stuff that goes on in the minds of the white supremacists that we don't need to be playing into, because the worst thing you can do is feed into their fantasies and start believing um, the surface of their fantasies without knowing the deeper meaning of their fantasies. Some real heavy stuff. And brothers too, and I talk about brothers too, not just the women, because a lot of brothers, y'all get with these white women and you think, well, I'm dicking Becky down. Boy, Becky loves the chocolate. No, a lot of these white women out here, they have bestiality fetishes too. That's why you see on the dark web these white women having sex with donkeys and horses. If you go on the dark web, there's whole websites where there's thousands of videos of white women bending over, letting donkeys and horses and camels bang them out. And a lot of times that's what they look at Negroes as. When you're at a club somewhere, the white woman, they'll get with you, but in the back of her mind, I'm having sex with a human animal. I'm getting my rocks off. I'm still a white supremacist, but I'm just getting my rocks off now. So we better understand the sexual dynamic of these people. We really need to understand that. But yeah, the septum ring theory is very, very real. Whenever you see some mammy or bedwench talking crazy about black society, they got that septum ring on, and there's when you see the septum ring, there's a zaddy somewhere too. You better believe there's a zaddy that's gonna be somewhere. Yeah. All right. We got a lot of people in here tonight. We got a lot of folks in here tonight.